I'm a history teacher. My job is literally checking whether sources are real. I do it every day. I still spent 2 months on the phone with a woman whose photos belong to a stranger in Portugal. My name's Weston. I met her on Bumble in January. Her name was Daniela, that's what I called her. Her profile was detailed in a way that made me trust it. Specific job, specific city, specific way of describing herself that didn't sound like a dating profile. It sounded like a person. I almost wired money on her behalf to a travel agent I'd never heard of, and I didn't catch it because of anything I knew. I caught it because the explanation had too many moving parts and something in my chest went quiet before my brain caught up. This is what happened when I started looking. And I should tell you where I was when this started. I'm good at my job. I'm genuinely good at it. And for a long time, that was enough to feel like a full life. You build a rhythm around work when you're good at it. Lesson plans, grading, the same hallways every day, kids who need things from you. It fills the hours in a way that's easy to mistake for fulfillment. What I hadn't noticed, or hadn't wanted to notice, was that outside of school I'd let most things go quiet. Old friendships reduced to occasional texts. Weekends that were fine but didn't add up to much. Jerome was the exception. We'd known each other since a study abroad program in college, and he happened to be in Columbus, which was luck I hadn't deserved. But one person isn't a life. I knew that. I just hadn't done anything about it. So when someone showed up who made me feel chosen, really chosen, not like I'd won a coin flip, but like she'd looked at the specific shape of me and decided to stay, that landed somewhere I hadn't realized was empty. By the time something felt wrong, we'd been talking for almost 2 months. We'd done 3 phone calls, all of them good, one of them going until 2 in the morning. She told me she was trying to figure out how to take time off to come to Columbus. She mentioned a conference in Cleveland in the spring, said maybe she could come a few days early. I'd started thinking about where I'd take her. I hadn't told anyone about her yet, which I told myself was just because it was still new, but honestly I think I was protecting it. She called me on a Wednesday afternoon. Not a text, a call. That was the first thing I noticed, though I didn't name it as a thing yet. Her voice was fine. She said she had a situation. A fraud flag had been placed on her bank account. She wasn't sure why. And there was a wire coming in from a client that she needed to forward to her travel agent to hold the Cleveland booking. She needed it held by end of day. She asked if I could receive the wire on her behalf and forward it along. I said, "Can you go back to the beginning?" She did. It still had too many parts. I spend half my week telling students not to trust a source just because it sounds confident. I asked them 3 questions every time. Who wrote this? When? And why? The explanation she gave me couldn't answer any of those cleanly. I said I needed to think about it. She said, of course, but the travel agent closes at 5. I got off the phone. I sat at my kitchen table. I looked at her contact photo on my screen, and I thought, where did that photo come from? The photo was a headshot. Professional. The kind you use on LinkedIn. I knew that because I was already typing her name into the search bar. Daniela Voss, Denver, senior project manager at a logistics firm. The profile came up immediately, and the photo matched. Not similar, identical. My first thought was that this confirmed something. My second thought came about 30 seconds later. If her Bumble photos were her LinkedIn photos, that wasn't intimate. That was public. Anyone could have taken them. I sat with that for a minute. Then I opened a message window on LinkedIn. I kept it professional. I identified myself, said I was a teacher in Columbus, said I believed her identity might be in use without her knowledge on a dating platform, and asked if she had a Bumble account. I reread it twice, then I sent it. I went and stood in my kitchen and drank a glass of water. My phone buzzed 53 minutes later. She did not have a Bumble account. She'd never had one. And then she told me something that stopped me where I was standing. She said this wasn't the first time. Someone had flagged this to her 6 months earlier. She'd reported it to Bumble through their standard form. She never heard back. She'd assumed it had been taken down. She was very sorry this had happened to me. I read that twice. She was sorry. She'd done everything right, and the platform had done nothing, and someone had just kept going. I wrote back and thanked her. Then I asked if she'd be willing to file a separate report when the time came. She said yes without hesitating. I called Jerome. He picked up on the second ring. I said, I need you to explain something to me. He said, is this about a woman? I said, yes. He said, give me the whole thing. So I did. I told him the Bumble profile, the 2 months, the phone calls, the Cleveland conference, the wire transfer request. He didn't say anything while I talked. When I finished, he was quiet for about 4 seconds. Then he said, Weston, you almost became a money mule. I said, I don't know what that means. He explained it to me in the tone he uses when he's testifying. Flat, precise, no editorializing. The wire would have come into my account from a third party. I would have forwarded it to the travel agent. Except there was no travel agent. The money would have gone to whoever was running this, and the original wire would have bounced or been flagged as fraudulent or reversed. and I would have been holding the liability because the money had gone out from my account, my name on the transaction, my account. Jerome said the legal exposure on something like that could be significant even if I hadn't known. He said the words wire fraud, and he said them plainly. I sat down. He gave me a minute. Then he said, I want to check something. I heard him typing. He was pulling up a consumer fraud database he uses at work. He found 2 cases, different cities, different identities used, same transfer mechanism, same structure. He read me the details of one of them. I recognized the shape of it. The conference trip, the fraud flag on the account, the end-of-day deadline. Same. Jerome said, this isn't someone who just figured this out. This is someone who's done it before. I said, I know. He said, I'm going to walk you through an IC3 filing right now. I said, what's that? He said, it's an FBI internet crime complaint. He said, and you're going to ask Daniela Voss to file one separately, tonight. 2 corroborating reports from 2 different people plus a database match is not nothing. I called Daniela back. She filed that same evening. Jerome stayed on the phone with me for another hour while we built the complaint out. Every message, every screenshot, the phone call, the wire transfer request, the LinkedIn confirmation, the database matches Jerome had pulled. When it was done, Jerome said, now send her the message. I said, what message? He said, you know what message. I did. I typed it on my laptop. 6 words. I talked to Daniela today. The real one. I read it once. I hit send. The typing indicator appeared immediately. I watched it. It disappeared. Appeared again. Disappeared. One more time. Then nothing. No message. No call. 2 minutes later, the account was gone. I took a screenshot of the empty profile. Sent it to Jerome. He sent back 1 word. Good. That was 14 months ago. 8 months after I filed the complaint, a case agent called me. She said the scheme was larger than my case. Multiple victims, multiple harvested identities. She said the phone records, the database matches, and 2 corroborating victim reports had been enough to make an identification. The person behind the account had been arrested. Federal charges, wire fraud, aggravated identity theft. They took a plea, 18 months, restitution to victims. A letter came 3 weeks after that call. Official, my name on it. I read it at my kitchen table. Then I went and hung something on the wall in my living room, a print I'd bought years ago and never gotten around to putting up. It took about 4 minutes. I don't know why I'd waited so long. If you want to hear more stories like this, please like and subscribe. It would really mean a lot to me.